Alhamdulillah.
Happy
Alhamdulillah.
Fizan? Yes, yes.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
Very
definitely
well
यार
done.
sir.
Fizan, congratulations on clearing PMP. It has been a beautiful
Thank
journey.
you so much.
Would you like to share your journey with the people, how it went through it, the entire thing?
Absolutely. Sure, I can share that.
Tell me, brother, how your journey
So
started.
yes,
Yeah, please.
so it's sort of I got to know about Amir sir to my brother, my brother, and he introduced me to Amir sir. Like, okay, fine, let me just contact and see. It turned out to be that I got to see his videos and everything on YouTube. I was like, wow, it'll be a great session and it'll be a great training to join your program and get that information on how to clear this PMP. Initially, I was slightly skeptical, but then after seeing all the progresses that you have been making over the period of years, it inspired me to just like, okay, fine, let me go ahead and join the coaching. And the first call, I joined your class. I was like, immediately everything started. From the next day onwards, got amazing modules, and I've got amazing modules, structured modules, in fact, uh, w- covering all the entire key aspects of PMP program, and that helped me really well. And the best part was, the support that was being granted, especially support being granted, especially through Sudha. She was working one on one with me, and every other time, any doubts, any questions, she was always there to answer them, and definitely redirecting it back to Amar sir. And just to say one thing, like the overall entire program is amazing, and it really helped me get through my PMP examination.
I'm really proud of you, the way you put into that, and you have been one of the smartest person that we had. So you did PMP almost, if I say, batch 12, 145 days, right? So
Yes.
how anyone can clear PMP in just 45 days, like 4 to 6 weeks?
I would say, in order to get to clear the PMP, get your principles right. As soon as you have your principles right, the rest of the thing follows. Because as and when you go with principles that belong to each of these categories that you have in these modules, and you have that basic understandings, and then have your the test for each of these modules done, and you will get to know what are your drawbacks. And once you fix those drawbacks by doing those RCAs, that will really help you fix your gaps. And once this is done, I would say you would be ready for the exam. Once you go to your RCAs with all the plan that has been structured, you will be ready for exam. It's not a great of a thing,
Mm,
especially
mm.
when you join these classes.
I understand. I understand. Okay. Okay. Perfectly fine. Why RC is important?
I would say RCA would give you an insight. RCA would give you an insight of where are you going wrong, and helps you understand that logic, like the PMP mindset. So as and when you do more frequent RCAs, it helps you build that PMP mindset. So that is the main important reason why you need to do your RCAs.
Mm, mm, mm. How are you doing RCA? Are you doing on Excel? How are you doing it, RCA?
So yes, I started doing Excels on RCAs, but sometimes there was such times where I couldn't have my laptops, but still used to do it through my phone. So I did it on notebooks, but then made sure these are documented well later on. So it's very important to get through the RCAs.
Mm, perfectly fine. Okay, let's jump into the exam day. How did you manage time?
Well, first and foremost, I made sure I'm calm, uh, because as and when you come into an exam time, you'll have this pressure mounted on your head. You just got to make sure you got to believe in your preparations and have confidence on that. And once you come up with this, the rest of the process falls smooth, and you would be coming into exam. I took an in person, so I would recommend taking in person because it is set up really well without any issues. So I would recommend taking in person. This is my personal recommendation. And once you come in person, everything is structured very well. The people at the examination center, they have their ways, and they guide you to the right systems. And once you sit on the systems, you got to make sure, like, right, there is a video that Amar sir had shared me a day before. wherein it gives you how do you manage time. You go through that. Most important, you go through that because it tells you, how do you manage time. I had that in my head while I was approaching the exam. Made sure I finished the first section within the 80 minutes. For me, the first section was not that hard, and I was able to complete that pretty, in a decent time, maybe about 75 minutes. But then I made sure to take that 10 minutes break because it helped me reset. Like I just took a walk, had some water, freshen up myself, and then came back and started with the second part. And I did the same thing post the second part. And the only thing with the third section was, it was kind of challenging because it had twists here and there. But then overall it was a good session, and I was able to do it in a good amount of time. And I didn't miss any questions. I made sure I reviewed them. So that was the best part. I got some time to review, and once you follow the strategy that's being shared, you'll do good.
Hmm. Perfectly fine. How was the time management, first, second, and third?
So for the time management, I gave the first section about approximately 75 minutes, and then I had 10 minutes of break. And the second one I gave about 80 minutes, 80 minutes, and I had about 10 minutes of break, my plus and minus five. And the last session was almost on time with 1 or 2 minutes left over to review my. So what I did was that they give you a board where I had noted down the questions which I had a doubt. And at the end, I reviewed these questions and, just fixed where I thought it would be right. So that's how I did for my entire exam.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Okay. How many drag and drop questions did you have?
I had about five of them.
Hmm?
I had about five of them.
Were they easy or difficult?
Uh, Two of them were slightly confusing. Two of them were slightly confusing, like almost they were similar, but then it wasn't much of an issue for me.
Perfectly fine. And formula question?
I just got one. I just got one.
Hmm. Was it easy or hard? How it was?
It was very easy. It was that easy. It just gave me the SPI and CPI, and I had to calculate the EVs. It was
Hmm.
that easy.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Okay, I understand that. Fazan, what would be your number one advice to everyone who is preparing for PMP? How they should do that?
Well, the number one advice would be join your classes first, and make sure you stick to the guide. What you Make sure you stick to the guide what you have laid out, because it perfectly helps you from the start till the end. So just stick to the guide.
Stick to the
That's what I
guide.
would say.
Follow the plan. Follow the plan.
Yes,
Perfectly fine. Fazan, it has been a small but beautiful journey. Thank you very much for that. Fazan, I'm going to ask you to make 10 question answers. You know, I do PMP marathon and I use those questions in that.
correct.
That's very important because my mantra is each one teach one. So with those question answers,
Fine.
that is going to help other people. Thank you very much, Faizan, for your time. I know he just cleared PMP. And I asked him, let's record the journey, right? So I was on another call with someone and I saw your message. I immediately put them on hold and picked your call because your call was I was waiting for it. I was like, okay. But then by the way, your exam started at 8. Are you in EST time zone? Which time zone are you?
EST time then.
So it should have ended like 1 hour back. Why it ended now?
So I came out from the center around 12:40, which was on dot for 4 hours. Because by the time they set up and everything, it takes you about 20 minutes extra. So it's basically started from 8:20. So it went out to 12:20, and by the time I came out and everything became 12:40, and freshen up and all of this.
Hmm. Okay, I got it. I got it. Thank you very much, Fazan, and best of luck